Well, I've just done a massive F up. The fun never ends with an 80 series, does it? And, well, if you can tell what these items are, you probably know what's happened. We've got a cooling problem. So yes, a crack in the radiator. Now, it's not a terrible crack really, it's just starting on the top here, and we did actually give a go at patching it with just an epoxy, just for the time being, and it worked to an extent. It's not leaking anywhere near as bad, but as soon as you seal that leak, another leak appears, and the whole unit's just due for replacement. It's old, it needs to go. So, I've got a brand new radiator here that I picked up from my local radiator shop. It's not OEM, so yes, grill me for it, but OEM was too expensive, it was way out of my budget, so I had to get a quality aftermarket one. But it should do the trick. It should hopefully not be a terrible job to do. I think I've got to take the battery out, they say, and a few other little things, but hopefully I should be able to just like slide it out, slide it back in, and it should hopefully fix our problems. Now it is sort of annoying, like you take one step forward and always one step back, and it's just like someone else pops up. But I mean, that's just car maintenance, and I gotta get used to it. Owning the Pajero for a good 2 years and having no mechanical issues, that was just a fantasy. If you looked over that car properly, it probably does need mechanical fix-ups on it. But I want this car to be good, so anything, little thing that comes across, you need to squash it. So it's gonna be the radiator job, and I've also got a new fan belt for the AC because the AC belt went. As you can see, it's not on there right now because it completely disintegrated. So, new AC belt, new radiator on the 80. Let's get into it. So I've just gone again with a plastic aluminum one. I've gone plastic because a lot of people say the plastic's actually better against cracks on like corrugated roads and stuff, and obviously it is a lot cheaper. You could go copper brass, but that's just way too expensive for what I'm doing. So the plastic alloy should be alright, and we'll just see how it goes, get it in. And now I've gone ahead and removed the battery and the battery tray just to give me a bit more room to get into the radiator support, so I can hopefully undo them all and get it out a bit easier. Alright, so now the fan shroud and clutch fan is out, so now it gives us a heap of room to actually get our radiator out. So now I'll probably just disconnect the hoses, let the coolant drain out, take out the radiator. Time for the great flood. Here it comes. So as you can see, I disconnected the top and bottom radiator hoses. They're just draining out now. Get all the coolant out of the system, take the old radiator out, new one in. So after unbolting, everything needed to be unbolted, which was a bit of a pain. There was two really annoying ones coming through here, but which required me taking apart the grille and lights a bit. But it's all out now, and I should be able to just pull it out. So let's give it a crack. Man, oh man. All right, well, it's out. But that is the old radiator, which I don't even know if this is factory or not. It says TR, whatever that means, but oh, it might be a factory actually. It does say Toyota. No, it is a factory one. Okay, so this is a factory, yeah, OEM, which we're putting in an aftermarket, so hopefully it doesn't break. I don't know, we'll see how it all goes together and see how easy it goes in. Now I'll go over there and flush out the coolant through the engine, flush the engine out, put this sucker in, and hopefully it all goes back together. So obviously there's the old versus the new. Pretty much identical, very much the same. A few slight differences, but it should fit. There's no reason, like I can see right now why it won't. So we'll install it, see how it goes. So to flush out our engine, we're gonna wanna take out the thermostat because obviously when the engine's cold, it's not gonna let any water into the engine block. Well, I've just done a massive F up. I've managed to break a stud. I was looking for where the thermostat is, which I was assumed coming off the top pipe might be like around here or something. It's not there. Don't bother unbolting it. I bolted this section that goes to the top hose, and I was doing it back up because obviously there wasn't a thermostat or anything there, so I don't know what I was doing, but went to tighten it all up, and I was tightening with my socket and broke the stud. Probably my fault, tightened it too tight, and it's just completely broken off. So that's a real pain. Everything was going super good, super easy, and yeah, now a snap stud, and who knows how long it's going to be out of action for. I'm shattered. Like, you just gotta take your time, especially when you're touching things around the block. every single bolt and everything you have to be so careful with. Yeah, it was just me being an idiot, over tightening stuff that didn't need to be that tight, and broke a bolt. Alright, so new radiator's in, and while we got the room, we'll also throw our new AC belt on as well. Alright, so I got my new belt on for the aircon, that's on, and I'm gonna just make sure all the other belts are all good, readjust all them, and then we can start putting the fan back in and putting something back together. Just as everything's going all good, a simple mishap can cost hours. Yeah, hey Dan, are you around the Savo by any chance?
Easy.
Oh my god, it just did it!
Genius.
Lucky I didn't over...
That was a lot easier than I was expecting it to
He
be. Hey, how are you?
30 seconds and
What did I tell you, Patrick? What did he do?
I have a device. It's a thingy.
Oh, have you got one of these ones that grabs it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Wow.
That. One
That's
of them.
what I'm going to need for
They're
my
so
studs.
good, man. They're so good.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That just saved my life. So thank God Dan was here last night to help me get that snap start out, so massive thanks to him. And now, car's been all good. It's just been doing a coolant flush, so it's all coming out crystal clear now, which is good. So we'll go get our new coolant. And for the coolant, I'm just using some Nulon heavy duty diesel coolant. So this is, look, it's a Toyota red. I don't know, but it's red to me, and I think it's gonna do the trick. So 5 liters of that, 5 liters of water. I think this takes around 10 liters of coolant, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll get some of this in it. Some water, run the engine with the heater on, get all the air out, top it up, and we should be in business, so we'll give it a crack. So essentially we're just gonna run the engine a little bit till we can feel this top radiator hose getting hot. That means that the thermostat's opened up and water's cycling through the engine. And to speed this process up, we've got the heater on max. That's putting water through the heater core. Once again, helping to get air through. So hopefully we'll watch those temps. Once that temp starts to climb, we know we're good to top up the radiator again. Now I can feel this heater starting to get warm, so we know it's getting hot slowly. Last night when I broke that stud off, I couldn't find where the other half went. It went somewhere down the engine bay. I was looking for and I found this on the ground. So it's come out when I started the car, but this is the, yeah, don't over tighten stuff. Another thing I'm doing is just checking for any leaks or any signs of coolant coming out. Making sure that everything's been done up tight and that our new radiator doesn't have a leak in it. So just making sure everything's okay out of there. Alright, so our top radiator hose is getting hot, and the fact that this top hose is hot means that the thermostat's open and that water is circulating throughout the system. And another thing we're going to do is we're going to squeeze this top radiator hose, which is going to help circulate air out of the system. So you might even be able to see bubbles come out of the top of the radiator there when I squeeze it. That's what we're getting rid of. See those bubbles? So there's no more bubbles coming out now, which means we've got all the air out of the system. So now we can top it back up with coolant. We'll also top up our reservoir with coolant as well. Put the cap back on and then start the car, and then we can check for leaks, and then we can take it for a drive and see how it goes. Oh, good, 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 good. Alright, so basically I'm just going to give it a little bit of a test drive, see how it goes, keep an eye on the temps. We should be all good. We'll just monitor it, just make sure, and then get back, double check all the levels, make sure they're all good. Any car was to get hot, it'd be up this hill. Seems to be pretty good so far. Alright, so the ADO went well in its drive, it's all performing well, the radiator's all good, the water level's all good, so I think we're in business, no leaks or anything. But it just goes to show, just take your time with these things, because a simple job, which that should have been, turned into a whole night thing because I snapped the stud, because I was rushing. So, but I mean, yeah, you have to give things a go. Like, I'm really pro giving things a go, and I'm just doing off a manual here, and I'm just giving it a shot because I enjoy it and it's good and it's interesting and you do learn a lot doing it. But then also you have to be careful because it's a mechanical machinery that if little things break, they can cause massive dramas. So you do have to have your wits about you when you're doing it. Like, I'm really pro giving everything a go, but I think you just have to be careful. And I can see why a lot of mechanics and stuff will get shitty if people are trying to give it a go themselves, because then they do one little bit of damage and it causes thousands worth of dollars worth of damage. So I get where they come from, and I understand that people that have no experience probably shouldn't be touching it, but then again, if you never try, you're never gonna learn it. So this went well. Luckily for me, I have someone like Dan in my life who can help me out. It's great knowing a mechanic, because he was able to save me big time getting that snap stud out. So big thanks to Dan. And I think, yeah, just go about it, but have someone you can call if all goes pear-shaped. But give it a crack, get a manual, follow what the manual says, and you can't go wrong. Now, a lot of you are gonna also say, why didn't you go OEM? Why'd you put like some aftermarket piece of crap in? Well, OEM was expensive. It was 650 bucks Toyota wanted for a radiator, and I'd have to wait a couple days to get it in. They weren't sure how long it was gonna take. Whereas I could go and actually pick this up from a shop that day, and it was only 350 bucks. So $300 cheaper, and yes, there's a chance that this is probably more likely to crack than a genuine Toyota one. I understand that. In hindsight, probably would have got the OEM just for all the workaround. Like the one I pulled out was genuine OEM, and who knows, that could have been there from factory, and that's lasted 30 years so far. So I doubt that'll last 30 years, but that's just what I did. But in retrospect, yes, go OEM. The one good thing about this one, at least like it's got their name on it, so like if something was to go wrong, I've got someone to take it back to. Like it wasn't just an eBay spec one, like it's from a genuine radiator shop. And they said it's pretty good. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Everyone does say the genuine Toyota one's the best one you can get, like the OEM one's the best you can get. Obviously like a brass one would probably cool better and stuff, but in terms of longevity, OEM's the go. I didn't get OEM, but that's a whole nother thing. So anyway, buy OEM if you can. I couldn't afford it, so I went aftermarket. But if you can go OEM, probably would have done it in retrospect. But yeah, anyway. Alright, so that's it on the 1HD-T. 80's up and going again, ready to go away. So I hope you enjoyed this little mechanical video. Just do it yourself. Go get a manual and work on your car yourself, because you'd be surprised how much you can accomplish yourself. So go get learning, spend a day doing it, and have a good time in doing it. That's what it's all about, having fun too. If you're not enjoying it, don't do it. Get someone else to do it. But I had a good time. So yeah. Anyway, have a good one. See you later.